friends. I'm Miss Teri.
And I'm Miss Evelyn.
And today we will be leading you in another breathing and yoga sequence for the movement section of week 2 of Compassion Camp. This week we are learning how compassion helps us to be brave. To be brave is letting God help us see and reach out to our neighbors. When we reach out to our neighbors, we experience the miracle of God's power to bring our community together. Compassion calls for focus. We need to keep our eyes on Jesus, and He will help us be brave.
Breathing is the heart of yoga, and breath itself is a physical way to receive as we breathe in and release as we breathe out. As we think about how compassion helps us be brave, we will focus on breath alongside some basic yoga poses.
Yoga is a great way to connect with our bodies, our breathing, and especially with God. Follow along as we stretch our bodies and focus our breathing. We'll end our time with the traditional yoga greeting, Namaste, which is a call to see one another the way that God sees us. One thought is, the phrase means, the light in me sees the light in you.
Let's begin by finding an open space to stretch. You can use a yoga mat, a towel, a blanket, or just use the floor. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes that you can move in. Now, let's get started.
Sit on the floor, legs crossed. Take 3 deep, slow breaths together. I am brave. I am brave. I am brave. Slowly rise. Stand in mountain pose. Arms straight and strong by your side. Feet firmly planted on the ground. One big breath in, one big breath out. In mountain pose, we feel our strength. We are unshakable. Reach your arms up to the sky, then back down as you bend into forward fold. Hands on the ground or resting on your knees if that's more comfortable. Take a breath in and raise your hands to your knees, head looking forward. We prepare and focus our eyes forward. Take a breath and put your hands back on the ground in forward fold. From forward fold, jump both legs back or step one leg at a time into plank pose. Lower further to the ground. Straighten your arms and stretch your upper body, head towards the sky, into upward facing dog. Hold this pose while breathing in and out a few times. We face the sun and welcome with courage what this day holds for us. From upward facing dog, lower your body back to the ground and push your hips and legs into downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up, then step it forward into a lunge, foot between your hands. Raise your upper body, arms to the sky, chest and face forward into Warrior One. Take a few breaths in and out. In Warrior One, we feel focus, power, and stability. We are strong and brave. As you breathe out, lower your arms back to the floor. Step your right foot back to meet the left, and then move into downward facing dog. Repeat the same sequence on the left side. Raise your left leg up, then step it forward into a lunge between your hands. Raise your upper body, arms to the sky, chest and face forward into Warrior One on the other side. Take a few breaths in and out. In Warrior One, we feel focus, power, and stability. We are strong and brave. Lower your arms back to the floor. Step your left foot back to meet the right and move into downward facing dog. Now jump both feet forward to meet your hands. Slowly roll your back up until you are standing straight and tall in mountain pose. Now let's flow through the poses, focusing on our breath and movement. From mountain pose, reach your arms to the sky as you breathe in, and then bend forward into forward fold as you breathe out. Breathe in as you lower into plank pose, and then breathe out. Breathe in with upward facing dog. Breathe out as you go into downward facing dog. Breathe in as you lunge forward and raise your body. Breathe out as you lower your arms back to the floor. Breathe in with downward facing dog and out as you lunge forward. Breathe in as you raise your arms into Warrior One. Breathe out as you move back to downward facing dog. Slowly roll your back up as you breathe in, straight and tall to mountain pose. And once more, as you stretch to the sky, breathe out as you bend forward fold. Breathe in as you go to lower plank pose. Breathe out and then breathe in with upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale as you lunge forward and stand in warrior pose. Breathe out as you go back to downward facing dog. Breathe in as you raise to warrior pose once more. And exhale with downward facing dog. Inhale as you slowly roll back up from mountain pose. Reach your arms up to the sky and then draw them into prayer form right by your heart. End with a bow of your head and hands as you share the foundational yoga greeting, Namaste. A call to see one another the way God sees each of us. The light in me sees the light in you.
And that's the end of our yoga movement video for today. Thanks for joining us, and feel free to practice these poses this week.
The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us at Compassion Camp. Remember to be brave and to help your neighbors. Check out the other videos and we'll see you next week. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.